Good morning, almost noon. So soon after a few arrangements, I will hold the seventh, probably the last video in the robot series, in which I will speak some more about the nature of the robots and to closely related and important issues, which is sexuality and the wizards as part of this issue, and how did the Israeli deal with the fact that there were fewer and fewer males to be taken like to be captured as animals in Venus, because as I said, they needed them. They abused them for many reasons, but one critical issue is that they are needed in order for the females to produce the drug that they like so much. So I will start the video very soon. But before that, I want to say it again, to reiterate in the 1,000 or the million times, but again and again and again, it should be said every day. I should say it again and again and again until you understand. Whether you are outside of Israel, you need to understand. The earth has already lost in irreparable way and a bright future that they can be part of. If only they didn't torture me 20 years ago, if only they decided not to torture me 20 years ago and let me live my life, if I would have done the same kind of research that I do today, 20 years ago, and it was actually much easier if I had like money and under arrest. For certain now, in this alternative time now, this was a different world, much better world. A world in which things like the corona couldn't have been even possible. A world with much more leisure time for every people around the globe. And in order for that to happen, nothing was special was required of you. Nobody asked you to adopt a new religion or to change your moral ways in a significant way. The only thing that you shouldn't have done is to torture me in the last 20 years. That's it. Just do not torture the representative of another much superior civilization, but you failed to do it. So that future was already robbed from you by your own self. It will never happen, nothing even close to it. But moreover, the earth is doomed by a series of calamities. First of all, the radiation. The radiation cooks the people that have the neurons in their body, which means people that belong to intelligence organizations and the titans. But it also affects regular Homo sapiens, and soon everyone will have cancer. Everybody, not only the ones that have the robots in their body. Although asteroids are coming to this place and they are accelerating. How is it possible? Because there is someone that accelerates them. Although there are invasive life forms, not only in your bodies, the worms in your bodies, but in the earth, that will change the ecology of this place to be something completely different and not in your favor. This is already happening. Perhaps humanity is doomed, but maybe there is still a chance to save some of you, to give at least part of this earth and part of humanity the option to live. It will not be the bright future that it could have been if only you didn't torture me for the last 20 years. But maybe there is still a hope for at least some of your offspring to live on the face of this earth. But the window for this kind of option to materialize is closing. There is only one way to make it happen, or at least to try to make it happen. And the only possible thing that you can do, people outside of Israel, in order to facilitate the conditions that will allow at least some of humanity to exist in this world at some capacity, the only thing that could be done is movement of arms and legs. And there is nothing metaphorical in this statement. What is required is actual movement, change in position, in geographical position of actual arms and legs. Not metaphorical ones, not theatrical ones, and not symbolical ones. Actual arms and legs are needed to change their position on the face of the earth. More specifically, to change the position from outside of Israel into Israel. Actual arms and legs are required to do so. If enough actual, physical, material, non-symbolic, non-theatrical, non-metaphorical, real arms and legs would change their geographical position from outside of Israel into Israel, when enough of this happens, we assure you, the Cherubs assure you, that the Israelis will release me and my daughters from the Nazi prison. And the Cherubs also assure you that if mouths and tongues are moving at any time during the process, it is mathematically impossible that me or my daughters will be released from the Nazi prison. There is no way to release me and my daughters from Nazi prisons while the mouth and the tongue are moving. It is absolutely necessary that they will stop the movement if you want to rescue us from the Nazi hell. And rescuing us from the Nazi hell is your only pathway that will allow the condition of at least some of you and your offspring to live on the face of the earth. The best time to do it is right now. Right now. There are no logistical issues. There are no logistical questions that are involved. Any logistical question will be answered on the plane or on the boat outside the territories of Israel. When me and my daughters are outside the territory of Israel, all the questions will be answered and will be easily answered. Until we are out of the territory of hell, we do not need to answer no question, because there are no questions to be answered. Movement of arms and legs are required in order to facilitate possibility of some portion of humanity to exist. Movement of arms and legs and the complete halt of any kind of movements of mouths and tongues. You need to fight your ego. Your ego is your worst enemy. The voice inside you that tells you, we agree that it should be done. Enough evidence was presented, but it should be done our way. We will not do it in hysterically or in a panic way. We will not do it the way that you wanted to be done. You don't understand international relationship. You don't understand diplomacy. You don't understand how things are going on earth. You don't understand the dynamic of our states. And moreover, it will only be, against your own interest if it will be done that way. It's better to do it in another way in which we will dictate, because we know better how things are needed to be done. This voice is the voice of Satan, the voice of the ego. I represent another civilization that is far superior to you, not only technologically, but in any other aspect. We have watched you since you were monkeys. Nothing in your existence is new to us. And we also participated in the establishment of many of the most important traditions on the face of the earth. Nothing is new to us. If we tell you that it should be done that way, it's because it is the only way that it could be done, and this is the only way that at least some of humanity will be saved. The voice inside you that tells you we should do it our own way is the voice of Satan, the voice of ego, the voice of the annihilation of humankind. We should not and we will not participate in any theater show, not a marketplace theater show, not a job salaryman theater show, not a courtroom theater show, not a social work theater show. No custody trial theater show. No theater is required. No, we are incarcerated in a Nazi prison, subjected to cruel and unimaginable and inhuman torture. We are surrounded by suicide squad, people that are here, that are paid by the government to kill us. We need arms and legs. We do not need any participation in any theater show. and we will not participate in any theater show. Nothing is required of us. I conduct research and I speak to you about your history and about your nature because I need, mostly because first, I think it's important. In any case, even if the entire of humanity will be destroyed, it's still important because some creature will still exist after you. And also, to be honest, I need to something to do with myself because I'm under arrest and I have nothing here, no books, nothing. So this is kind of a way for me to spend my time, which in a productive way. And I try to be productive and to not waste my time. Not waste my time. But nothing that I do contributes even in centimeter to my rescue, because nothing I can do can contribute to my rescue. My rescue does not depend on me at all, and it wouldn't make sense if it does, because God is not a director of an action movie to you to watch and enjoy. It doesn't make sense that you will watch the action movie how Jesus is saved by his own self, by his own rediscovered superpowers. This could have been a nice material for an action movie, but reality is not an action movie, and God is not a director. And my suffering is not your entertainment material. No, you need to do things. You need to act in order to save yourself. You need to move arms and legs to rescue me from the Nazi prison, and you need to do it now. You need to do it right now. No participation in any theater show is required. No, it will be helpful. No, it's just nothing. It shouldn't be done. Nothing is required of me. Your salvation, at least partial salvation of part of humanity, is up to you, and it's entirely in your hands. In your hands and in your legs, in your arms and legs. You need to move arms and legs, and you need to absolutely stop completely any movement of mouths and tongues.